everybody seems to nod their head in agreement when you say that a preacher needs to find his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just they go, yeah, that makes sense. But then a lot of people go, well, how? And that's really what I think we want to talk about in this conversation. When I was in college, my senior year, I did an independent study. I had a Christian professor who allowed me to do a deep dive into preaching. I read some books and interviewed some pastors in town. And I remember one of the pastors, his essential definition of preaching was something to the effect of God's word through a personality. And that always struck me as like, that's kind of an interesting idea, because a personality feels pretty specific. It's that God isn't just speaking generally, but he's speaking through all the intricacies of how he's made a particular pastor and his personality. And so, that began me thinking through, what does it look like to have your own voice? And not so that you can have your own voice, but that you are just consistent with who you are as a person. And that does seem important. It's always funny to me when you hear a particular preacher and you can right away tell where he grew up in terms of his ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people, they just, oh, wow, they sound like that guy. They sound like that guy. All the people in this denomination all sound the same. And that feels kind of unfortunate to me, because even though all those people are great preachers, it feels like at some point it does just kind of go, well, is that really how God made you? And I realize we're in this age of authenticity, in this age of you have to express yourself in the perfect snowflake, unique way. And that's not really, I think, what's important here. I think what we're really striving for is just as much integrity and integration and cohesion between how God's made you and how that comes out in your preaching. That's what we want for you, and that's what I want for me.